Too much?
Yeah, let me go back. No, I think it's good.
Dang it, I forgot to send the thumbnails to myself. Well, we are streaming. 2 seconds.
Okay. Ooh.
He made us a top 5 logo too. So I plan
Oh,
on,
did he?
yeah, I'll make this a video. Those are easy to make because I don't have to cut within it. I can just leave it.
Mm-hmm. Just looked up like most divisive topics, and most of them are just like one word. It's like abortion, guns, religion, and then one just says electric cars are overrated.
That's awesome.
And should assisted suicide be legal?
Oh,
I think I've never seen that on Twitter.
that's a new argument. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, that's a good one. Just making sure I didn't miss anything.
You're gonna love my number 1. All right, ready?
Oh wait, I have a couple. Yeah.
This show started in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys podcast. I am your host, Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host, Chris Hagan.
How you guys doing?
Doing well. It's a long week. Sorry we missed Friday, but I wasn't feeling too well. I'm feeling better now, and I had a good weekend. So, how about you, Chris?
I had a long weekend. My voice is very hoarse,
Swapped
so I
roles.
apologize for that. A lot of mucus to get to in depth, but hopefully by Friday I sound better. Um, yeah, some college sporting events that I wish I didn't go to. It's about a once a week occurrence at this point in our season, but we'll get to that later. Good weekend overall.
Yeah, the main headline for the weekend in the sports world was the NBA All-Star Weekend. They had all the festivities, and we're gonna break this down. Let's start off with the game itself. It was last night, and I want to start off with something I find important, and it's the starting time of these events. The game was tipped off for 8 o'clock. It didn't tip until 8:42. I don't like. I don't like. I am annoyed by the delay-ins, but like, make it start at 9. Why are we doing this song and dance here? Make it start at 9, and then you have 18 minutes of downtime. You could add extra stuff in, more commercials, literally anything you wanted. Like, come on.
Was there a lot of like pregame ceremony stuff?
Yeah, they're doing like all the introductions and stuff, and it's like, why don't if you already knew you guys were gonna do that, just make the game 9. Make it 8:45 tip. Like I want to know when the goddamn tip is gonna be.
It's to get people viewing earlier, I guess. And then you're just kind of stuck because you're not going to turn it off,
Yes, if you're
right?
planning,
Like
I
they'll
guess
just
if
have
you're
it on. You're just kind of like waiting.
yeah, and I guess if you're planning on
But
watching it, you're gonna stay around, stay tuned, and stay listening. But I don't know. I get frustrated with ourselves when we start a podcast and we're not immediately ready. And we do that all the time. We do a stream and we got like 3 or 5 minutes.
I mean, today we're like 12 minutes late.
Yeah. And we're like 3 minutes, which we were streaming, but at least we weren't 45 minutes, and we're also not the goddamn NBA. $1 billion organization. I want to know when the game starts. That's all.
That's true. True.
Um, but the game itself, it went to 200 points for the first time in an All-Star game ever. Dame Lillard was your MVP. He was really gunning for it pretty much the whole time, taking these wild half-court shots. That was fun.
He swept the weekend, I guess.
Yeah, he got the 3-point contest victory and the MVP of the game. Good for Damian Lillard. I mean, we give him a lot of crap. It's great. He sounded excited, and for a guy who hasn't had a lot on his resume, I'm happy for him. Congrats. You got to put something else on your resume.
That's true. Yeah, I guess good for him.
Yeah, and like the he got
See,
he
see
got
if they can
bullied.
actually win something. But
Yeah, he's on. I mean,
where
we
was
can
the
talk
game?
about
Was
the
in
most.
Indy, right?
Yeah, it was in Indianapolis. So they wanted Tyrese
What
Halliburton
was
to
he
win
getting booed for?
because they wanted Halliburton to win.
Okay.
And Halliburton started the game. He started the game with 5 straight threes, all made. So immediately got like 15 points. Was the front runner for the MVP.
Mhm.
Slowed down a little bit. I mean, there's not much analysis to do in this game.
You watched the whole game?
I had it on the whole time. I was doing some homework and looking at some of this
Okay.
other stuff. Jokic did not care whatsoever. Karl Anthony Towns cared.
I'm
Dropped
shocked he was
50.
even there.
Yeah, him and Luca were the most checked out superstars I've ever seen. They were just like doing laps with each other around the court, like just kind of hanging out. But dude, I don't. What would make this game like? What makes this game competitive? What's the incentive? Do we
I
gotta
don't know.
pay
Like,
these
I feel like
guys?
we just have to. We just gotta accept that it's not.
That it's just never
Like,
gonna
I
be
don't know
competitive.
what could you possibly do? Well, like, it's a sport where there's so much physicality and like such. Every possession is so intense. To get a bucket or to get a stop, and it's like these guys don't want to get hurt.
Yeah,
Like, you get nothing from winning. Um, and even if you had like a cash prize or something, like these are the best players in the sport. They probably are already
yeah. They're
making
all
a lot of money.
$40 million. They're all making $40 million
So
a year.
it's not like the in-season tournament where you can get like a young team with, you know, average Joe's making only a couple 100,000 a year and he's getting $1 million for winning. So I don't know if that would be effective at all.
I
But
saw
I
I
don't know.
saw an
Like
argument on Twitter. It was
feel like you just gotta take it for what it is and stop complaining about it.
I guess so, but it's just such a like this game was over within tip off. Like nobody cared at tip. Everyone was jogging right at tip. I
Yeah.
guess maybe you're right. Maybe it should be like all the other All-Star games where nobody actually matters, or nobody actually cares. But I find it frustrating the best players in the world are on the stage together and the nobody seems to care besides the people who are announcing and
Mhm.
putting on the show.
Yeah. It's a shame because it definitely used to be more fun. But
Yeah,
like, I also get it. Like, if I was a player, I wouldn't want to go all out.
no, I get it too. I wouldn't want to go all out and
Like, I
risk
want
an
to win the NBA
injury.
Finals. I don't care about the All Star game.
Yeah, and I guess it ends up with cool highlights where Dame's taking half court shots and he ended the game with like I think it was beyond half court. It was like a 51 feet bomb. But yeah, it just I would like to see something to make it more interesting. I saw a Twitter argument that was the NBA Finals home court goes to East or West, whichever squad wins.
That's what MLB did, and it got ridiculed, and they were like bullied into changing it. Now it's whoever had the better record.
So that the MLB did try this.
That's what it was forever. They recently changed it,
Oh, okay. I did see an argument. It was like
and people
if
were like, can't be deciding home field in the World Series on one game where like probably two or three of the players on the teams are actually in the game playing.
Yeah, that makes the most sense when I saw the arguments for and against, because it was a great example. It was like the Celtics missed out on home court advantage because Scotty Barnes and Tyrese Maxey, shot 1 for 7 on an
Yeah,
All-Star game.
exactly.
Yeah, people are gonna get mad. So I don't know what to do to make it more incentivizing, make it more fun. Maybe there is nothing, but overall, I mean, did you watch? You went back and saw the 3-point contest, dunk contest, all that stuff.
Hmm.
Which one you want to start out first?
I mean, what was chronological order? I didn't
I
watch
don't
them
remember. I don't remember.
live.
No, I didn't watch them
We
live.
can do the 3-point stuff first.
All right, three
I
point.
don't I don't know what to say about the actual 3-point contest, but
Yeah, let's just talk about
the
the Steph
Curry
versus
one,
Sabrina one.
obviously, there's
Yeah, that one's way more
first off,
contentious.
I thought it was pretty cool. Like I think it was a cool event.
Oh yeah, I thought it was great.
And it was funny, like you could tell that they both cared a lot about it too.
Oh, and you could tell Steph Curry like really
Like it
wanted
was
to
like,
win. Like he was nervous
yeah,
going
yeah.
in,
Because it's
and
like it was a fun idea, and then it's just like, all right, as soon as you start shooting threes, like you just not want to lose.
mm-hmm.
And like I'm sure she did not want to lose either.
Yeah, this was talk about competitivism. This was the most like suspenseful event of the night, and Sabrina puts
This
up.
I think the stakes were the highest in this event.
Oh, I think so too. I think so for Sabrina and Steph. Just for what it means,
Hmm.
it's almost the first event that I can think of in professional sports where it's a man versus a woman. And
Hmm.
it would have been such a big step for Sabrina to win, and it was such a big step for her to be 3 points away from winning anyways. But Steph keeps the title.
From the men's line too.
Yes, from the men's line. We will talk about Kenny the Jet Smith. If you were listening to the broadcast, he I don't know what I get what he was trying to do, but like he needs to understand that the whole point of it was that like the shooters can shoot from anywhere. Like that's what she said. That's what Sabrina was saying.
Yeah,
That was the whole point.
right.
So for Kenny the Jet Smith to say
Also, she was like she shot better than a lot of the
everyone besides
guys
the
at the
winner,
NBA players in 3-point contests.
literally everyone besides the winner, she tied the winner in the winning score. So yeah, Kenny was a clown for that. He got clowned deservingly. I don't did she use a women's ball or a men's ball? I don't know.
I think she used the women's ball,
Okay,
men's line.
well that makes sense. She should be using a women's ball.
Yeah.
I think she knows how to shoot with. Yeah, that was a great event. It was.
I feel like
Go ahead.
it would be way like a way bigger adjustment to go from the smaller ball to the bigger ball than it is from like that line back a little
Yeah,
bit.
because she shoots from that line anyways. When it comes to WNBA, like she'll shoot like
Hmm.
she can hit it. From as we
Yeah.
saw. But that was a great event. It was cool. Like I thought it was cool to see Curry nervous beforehand. Like I always think those quotes are like lame and set up on purpose, but he actually did like it. Actually
Mhm.
felt like I was like, all right, I actually believe it.
Oh yeah.
Um, so yeah, this is and it seems like they're gonna do this again. Maybe we see some Caitlin Clark in here in a couple years versus someone.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and I think
Easily.
let's get duos. Curry and someone else versus Sabrina and Caitlin Clark. I think that would be cool.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So
Or they have a do they do the 3-point contest in the WNBA All-Star game? Because why don't they just put like the two winners against each other? Do that. Although I guess like people would rather just hand pick
yeah,
like the biggest names.
they probably would just handpick the biggest thing. And I'm looking at a
Like I want to see Caitlin Clark and Steph Curry more than I want to see any other player in either league.
oh yeah, and yeah they need the popularity to go with the play. Like they need the name with the player. They can't have a
Mhm.
Mac McClung
Yeah.
even if he's the greatest women's shooter. Unless he has the big. Like I don't know. That's just maybe not. Maybe not. But that's what I would
Mhm.
feel that the WNBA wants. Speaking of
Mhm.
Mac
Yeah,
McClung,
definitely.
repeat champion of the dunk contest. Um, Jaylen Brown had some interesting dunks. He got clowned for all of his dunks. I thought that was a little undeserving. Like,
What they were like all tribute dunks, right?
yeah, they were all supposed to send a message and relay his story. The first one was, I think, a Dominique Wilkins tribute because he's from Atlanta,
Hmm.
and then it went to a
Jalen Brown is
yeah, and then
interesting.
when he dunked over Kai Kent, the streamer, in the chair, he tried to do like this old Celtics player who wore number 7. I forget, I don't even know who it is, in a dunk contest, dunked like this, like covering his eyes, not even dabbing, but covering his eyes. And
Hmm.
Jaylen Brown basically just dunked and then dabbed. Um, so that he got booed for that one. That was pretty bad. And I think that one that so
I don't like.
the judges were weird though.
I
That
there were
one
so
got a
many.
50 or like a higher score than Mac McClung dunking over Shaq. I thought was weird.
Also, Mac McClung's first dunk was the
Oh
best dunk of the night by far.
yeah, it was
When he like
insane.
dropped the ball and then caught it
Yes,
again,
yes,
that was it was easily the most like impressive skill move
I
that
agree.
anyone did.
That was definitely
Like he
the most
literally
impressive
floated
one.
in the air and dropped the ball and then caught it again.
He's made for dunking.
I
He's made for dunking.
I know.
I love how this time
But it's
around
like
they didn't
it's
even give him
all
an NBA uniform. They're like, just go in the G League. Just go in the G League uniform. Who even cares?
it is weird that he's like allowed to do it, even though he's not in the league.
And nobody else wants to do it. It's like the other guy who did it
I
was
know.
Obi Toppin's brother. Like Jaylen Brown tried to, and he's a superstar who tries, and he tried to do these tribute dunks because all the athletic dunks. I mean, I feel like besides Mac McClung's dunks have been done before, and he gets booed. So like he's probably not going to do it again, and I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll probably be another couple years before another superstar does. It is funny that the highest paid NBA player lost a dunk contest to a G Leaguer though. That's pretty funny.
I will also say, like, when the one dunk that he went up over the chair, if I was you, I would have been incredibly nervous. That was not going to go well and end in an ACL or something.
Yeah, he could have easily tripped over that chair.
So, like, I do get it.
And I don't know. It's like they're so. I feel like they're so lit. Like Blake Griffin jumped over a car and he still got clowned back in the day. Like there's not much you can
Did
do
he?
that he did back in the day. Nowadays, people look back and think it's cool.
Because you didn't know what you had.
But
I mean, like, even like Dwight Howard doing this Superman thing,
yeah, and like the
like,
dunk contest is a
that was
lost
kind of
cause,
silly, but it was
almost a lost
fun.
cause. But
It is a lost cause.
I like Mac McClung's dunks. I hope he keeps doing it every year. That kid can fly.
He does, yeah, he can fly.
All right.
There was a good dunk contest a couple years ago. The Aaron Gordon one was good.
Yeah, wasn't that like 20?
He
Oh,
went,
like when he win again,
I don't think it was,
he tried to redeem himself. He lost. Remember
no, the
Wade
first
voted
one when
the Heat
Levine
guy.
beat him.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago. That was like 2016, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, I think that
He
was
was on the
2016.
Magic, I know that.
Yeah, 2016 between
Oh
Aaron
yeah,
Gordon and Zach Levine.
2016. All right, that feels a lot more recent than it actually was.
Yeah, you just dated
It's
yourself,
8 years
buddy.
ago.
You're old.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um.
yeah.
All right.
Tough.
Skills challenge. I didn't watch. I saw Scotty Barnes fell,
I didn't watch that
and I
either.
saw Anthony Edwards shoot left-handed, which was hilarious. You see Anthony Edwards shoot left-handed?
Was it bad? I feel
Oh,
like you should be able to shoot with both
no,
hands.
it was bad. He's shooting on the left side corner three. He hits the backboard twice, like the side of the backboard twice, and then I'm pretty sure he just like airs balls.
Oh,
It was funny. Twitter was funny those nights. A lot of left-handed Anthony Edwards equals Ben Simmons. All All right.
I feel like all those guys should have a decent jumper with their left hand,
You would think, right?
right? You would think. Like my dad used to play me in basketball with his left hand, and
Maybe he's
like
just built different.
he's a pretty athletic guy, but he's not like freaking NBA. Oh, I was also like pretty young, so maybe he's just taking me to the hoop every time.
He could have been. Could have been taken. All right. I mean, any other things that you think we missed? I think we got the highlights. I mean, Lillard got the 3-point contest again.
Yeah,
You mentioned that. I don't even know. Do you know who even won the skills challenge?
I couldn't even tell you what goes into the skills challenge.
Oh, Team Pacers. So it was Halliburton. Pushed a half court shot to seal it. Nice. Good for them. Him and
Nice. Oh, I should. All right, half court shot. That sounds fun. They just like chuck up shots from half court. That's the challenge.
I don't think so. I think it was just part of the thing.
Oh,
Yeah, they all right. Yeah, I don't know. He took a half court shot at the end to seal it. All right.
well, that would be something fun. I don't know what skill that is, but
Chucking. Chucking skill.
chucking. You want to talk about the Kenny Smith thing? Because we like kind of alluded to it a little bit, but
yeah. We can talk about it. Go ahead.
well, like I don't know what he was trying to accomplish because he was like, "I'm still rooting for Sabrina. She should have shot from the women's line." Like, what was he thinking when he like what kind of reaction did he think he was gonna get? He said, and then like it just went on way too long.
I know, and they started
Like him
arguing.
and Reggie Miller talked about it for like 3 minutes. I was like, can someone just tell him to stop talking?
Yeah, and they started talking about doll houses and how like he's like alluding like he's trying to say Kenny's trying to like I don't I don't know what he tried to accomplish. I don't know what he thought the analysis was gonna say. Like there was a I forget I'm totally forgetting who it is, but there was a woman on the broadcast with him. Like you think she was just gonna sit there and just be like, yeah, I think you're right. She should have shot from the And did he not understand the point of the challenge? That was the challenge. It's like she was at the NBA All-Star weekend, you know?
Right, to prove that she was
Yeah.
on that level of being a good shooter, which
She
clearly she
did.
is.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what the hell he was trying to accomplish. I thought he's probably like
yeah,
clearly just trying to be some sort of devil's advocate, but I don't even think he believed what the hell he was saying.
I don't know what he's talking about. It didn't make any sense.
No, it definitely didn't make any sense. But get ready for this, Chris. It did get a lot of people on the internet angry.
It did, yes.
Just like our top 5 for the week. That's right. NFL is back. We're not on a Tuesday. It is a Monday. But the top 5s have arrived. Today, we're doing top.
Wait, did you say NFL's what?
NFL's done. So it's top 5.
Oh, NFL's done. Yeah, NFL's back.
I might have said it on accident. I'm just ready. 200 days.
I'm ready for opening day. I'm also like I'm right now before we move off sports. I know that was a perfect transition, so my bad on
It's
that.
okay.
But
It's okay.
all my teams right now are terrible. Like I have the Wizards, who I don't want to watch any of their games. I have Maryland, who's just kicks me in the nuts all the time, and I have the Caps, who are below average. I'm watching the Daytona 500 right now.
I was
Like, this is
watching
my
hockey on
sports for the
Sunday.
week.
I was like, what am I doing? I was
It's
watching
brutal.
the stadium.
I'm trying to learn. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. They did like 2 back-to-back games, right? In
I
New York
watched the one in New York.
or
I
in
didn't
Netherlands.
I didn't see what the other game was.
No, they were both there.
Oh, okay.
It
I
was
saw the
like the
Rangers one.
Devils Flyers, I think, and then the Rangers Islanders played the next day.
That's cool. I thought it was cool.
Pretty neat.
I didn't think it would be worth it to buy a ticket to that game though. Doesn't seem like you can actually see the
No.
rink.
Yeah, it's more of like an atmosphere type purchase.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah. Anyway, we're in a void. So
Yes,
that's why we spent 20 minutes thunks and pointers and then right into the top 5.
We'll have some college corner at the end. I have something to say in college corner, so we have some
Yeah,
something to say.
I do too. I do too.
And but our top 5 for the week is now. We're here. We're starting. Chris, you had the idea. Go ahead and take the first one.
I'm gonna go with one that's not a surprising pick by any means. Uh, gun rights
Ooh,
is like every day. It feels like it's every time there's a shooting, which is
every day.
very often. Yeah, it turns into a whole debate, and it's like I don't know. I don't want to turn the episode political at all, but it's like every time there's a shooting, it turns from like no one really talks about the victims at all, and then it just turns into a like gun argument, and it's
Oh,
just
every
like
time.
over and over again.
And it's always the same
And
points
people
being thrown at each
will
other.
never change
Yep.
their right. You just see the same arguments over and over again.
Yep. And it's
Like if you start scrolling, you'll see tweets that have like 500 comments that are like replies to tweets that have thousands of comments. It's
it
like,
get
what are we doing, people?
it gets
Like, just
hairy.
get off Twitter.
Yeah, it gets gross. Um, and it just turns into everyone at the end just yelling at each other that they're wrong every time.
Yeah,
Which is probably going to be a
yeah.
lot of subjects that we talk about on this list, where where it always
Some
been.
of mine are like arguments. Some of them, well, most of them are just arguments. Yeah.
I have a couple different things, but my first one, and this time I'm going to phrase it so it's on the Instagram like this, is boobies. People nudity, adultery,
Oh, okay.
pornography. Um, you know, and we're both Twitter people. You see it like when you don't want to see it. It's just all the time, all over the place. And you know what it does? It
Yeah.
makes everyone angry. I mean, like there's spots for it on the internet, and then there's spots where it shouldn't be on the internet. And you know,
Is that an Elon thing? Like he let
he let all those
a
bots
bunch
come
of
on.
boobies on Twitter, or has it always been like that?
I'm pretty sure it's always been like that, but I'm not sure. It feels like it's a little more
Hmm.
rampant with Elon now, which I thought was the kind of the whole point of him buying it was all these bots were going to disappear. But it seems like there's just like more and more.
No, I thought he was more into like he wanted more free speech, which I think leads to more porn.
But yes, which leads to more porn. Yeah.
I don't know if those two things are like our boobs free speech.
Well,
I
it's
don't think
very
that's
weird because
speech.
there's a lot of like the people who love to argue free speech. Like now we're getting into some political stuff, which is fine. We can dabble. People who argue free speech all the time also then hate boobies. It's like I don't know what they want. Like they're kind of so I don't know, but I know when I was looking up when I was doing some research into things that get people angry, every single list I saw
You're
was
doing research into boobies.
it was pornography was like number one. So it
That
gets a
yeah,
lot of people
that's
angry, I
true.
guess.
It does just show up out of nowhere. And you're
Oh
like, all
yeah,
right, like I didn't
there's spots where it's
see
like
this.
I don't even want to look at comments on Twitter in public because there's just going to be some random bot.
Yeah, because all of a sudden it's
Yeah,
boom.
yeah. And there's no warning. There's no uh like Instagram has like this video is a little bloody. You want to click past it to see
Yeah,
it.
Twitter has that like every once in a while. I feel
But like
like
barely.
like almost never.
Yeah.
And it's never like on something that you actually want censored.
Yeah, it's always on like some meme that's just like some
And it's like what?
yeah. So yeah, that's my pick. Movies.
Good thing.
Thank
Not what I was expecting, but
thank you.
all right, my number two, uh, very very popular one right now, and that's Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey.
Oh, it gets me
People
so mad.
do not like it
No,
at all.
no,
And
they
I like to a degree, I understand it's like, all right, we don't have to see her that this much during a game. But it's also like, is it really affecting you? Like in the slightest?
yeah, and it's become
Like at all. How is it affecting you whatsoever?
it's gotten people so angry that there's people that generally like, and I guess like there's arguments for like, of course there's arguments for it's conspiracy theory, but why the Chiefs won the Super Bowl? They're Taylor Swift,
Yeah, it's because of Taylor Swift.
and like I understand the 5 minute uh footage on them right after the Super Bowl making out. Like, all right, we don't need that. But like her clapping during the games with all of her friends, like, come on,
I know.
is that really annoying?
Yeah.
Like, if it was, and I guess to a degree, like other celebrities weren't like that, but other celebrities weren't dating Travis Kelsey.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and of course the NFL is going to use it to their it's business. They're going to use it to their advantage.
Yeah.
But yes, that definitely gets people angry.
It's just not that deep at all.
No, it's not, and it doesn't. And as you said,
Which I guess a lot of
it does affect you.
some of the things on this list are not that deep. But yeah,
my next
get
one
upset.
Is
I don't
really,
know why.
It's really not that deep, but it gets people so mad. And it's calling someone mad on the internet. You call someone mad on the internet, they're gonna get angry.
Are you triggered?
Yeah, why are you triggered, you snowflake? Oh, you mad? Oh, what's going on? And it's too easy. It immediately gets them angry.
It is too easy.
And the best part is like they can respond in a not like even if they're not actually angry, and you can just be like, "Oh, you're mad, bro. Stop being so mad, bro." I know this works because it makes me mad. Like if I'm
no, I know, me
like,
too.
"Oh,
to me, it's like more like in person, and it's like, why are you like, what's wrong? Like, why are you so grumpy? It's like, I'm not grumpy until you called me grumpy.
Yeah, and then you say
like,
it,
now
and then you say it in a tone. And
now I'm
like,
pissed.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, great, now he's actually.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it is one of those things where like you don't have to actually be mad in the first place, but it will make you mad.
It'll make you mad.
It's such a no-win scenario.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes the defending.
The only winning is just not responding, but like just sit there and witch, trying not to fight about atmosphere at an Xfinity Center versus someone from Indiana.
And
lay off, doesn't matter.
Like the second you start typing, you know you're losing. It's like because
yeah, that's right.
The response itself is enough for him to just go, "Oh, like you're mad enough to respond." So like, it's just that easy. It ends all arguments.
It's such a cheapie though. It's like those
so
people
annoying.
Can't be happy.
No, it's so annoying.
All right, that's a great pick.
They're the mad ones for the most part. Like they start mad and then they call you mad, and all of a sudden,
yeah. Right, and that's the quickest way to lose an argument. It's just being like, "Oh, why are you mad about it?" All right, well, you're just deflecting from whatever you were arguing about to begin with.
Exactly.
All right. My next one is the name of the team that plays football in Washington. People get very upset to this day that the name Redskins got taken away. And look, I didn't want it to go. That's the name of my football team for 20 years. Do I get it? Of course. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It was offensive to some people. Take it away. That's fine. Like I think that was the right move.
Yeah, and it's
some people don't feel that way.
No.
And they make it known every time the team makes a post. Takes the name back. Like it's just it's not happening.
That's one of those.
And then it's just like the same argument that we had 4 years ago on every single post that the team makes. Like anytime they do something good or bad, it's great. Now change the name to Redskins. Or they do something bad. It's like, it's all because you changed the name. What are we doing here? It's just like that. This is another one where it's like, it's not that deep. Like,
just give it up.
The people that it actually affects, like, that's why the name got taken away.
Yeah. Because it's deep.
Like, you are not actually affected by it. Right, yeah. And if it's, yeah.
And like, it's one of those things, it's like, give it up, man.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's been 4 years.
It's been a while.
Yeah. And there was, not only that, there was like 12 years leading up to it of like knowing that it was eventually going to happen. And when push came to shove,
you had to see it coming.
Yeah. There was we were talking about this for years. Um, yeah, I don't know, and like, and that also makes me mad. It's like, all right, just support the team now, you know?
Yeah, like wins and losses matter a lot more than what the team's called.
Exactly.
And also, in like 10 years, no one cares about what the name. Like about other like the Wizards changed their name from the Bullets to the Wizards. Like that's probably the biggest downgrade ever. And like
I think
nowadays,
the
it's like yeah,
Wizards.
whatever.
I think the Wizards is a sick name. I think it's an underrated basketball name. Doesn't make any
Really?
sense for basketball, but I just like, I don't know.
No.
I just like the. I think it's
I
like, it's a
guess
cool mascot.
the
It's a cool.
Wizards SB Nation page is called it Bullets Forever. Maybe that hasn't fully gone away, but at least it's not like racist. So
Yeah, yeah, that's true. All right, my
anyway,
next pick is um. This one is a better pick, so I'm gonna go with this one. It's news and rumor accounts on Twitter.
gosh,
There's a
make me
there
so.
there's and the thing that makes me mad about it is that there's
There's like
ones for
four of them, the
everything.
NFL ones.
There's 4 NFL ones, there's like 3 NBA ones, there's probably like 8 movie ones, all of different like Marvel and Star Wars and all this stuff. And
Are you
here's
talking about like the satirical ones or the ones that just like post whatever headline they see?
the ones who post whatever headline that's to you. They think they're like, they
Okay, yeah,
actually think they're giving
yes,
reports out and like giving sources out, and it's just
right.
like, oh, this guy, like, what makes me really mad is when it's about like, oh, this Marvel movie will have these 8 characters in it according to, and this movie's coming out in 10 years. It's like, bro, you're just literally making this shit up. Like, there's no way this random schmo on Twitter like just has the secrets kept, and they're never right. It's always these fake leaks,
No,
and I don't even subscribe to any of them. I'm not following any of them. They just show up on my feed, and make me mad because I don't believe anything they say.
yeah, it's so annoying. I got a text today from one of my friends that was like it was from NFL rumors about how the front office of the Bears are big supporters of Justin Fields. It's like, where the hell did that come from? That means nothing.
If
And
rumors is the
then
name, like,
people in
just
the
give me.
comments will discuss it.
I
And it's
know,
like, how could you why discuss it?
and I guess it's something fun to discuss. It's a board thing on Twitter, uh, and there's a shit ton of those. Like, every week it's like they want Caleb Williams, they want Justin Fields, they want Caleb Williams. Oh, Justin Fields is gonna be a Steeler. Oh, he's gonna be a Falcon. And it happens, 5 times a day. Um, they're so annoying. They're the worst.
ML football might be my least favorite one.
ML football is pretty trash.
It's so bad.
They're pretty terrible.
And the fact that people comment as much as they do, like that makes me mad. And like add
That people
something to my
support
list. Like when I
people
see
support each other.
comments on stuff, like, oh my gosh. Yeah. It's like stop feeding into this. Like they're not journalists.
Yeah, that it's all right. What else you got?
Anyway. Okay, let's look back at my list. All right, how about some low hanging fruit? Trump.
I was just kidding.
Put Trump slash January 6th.
Or you could do slash Biden slash, like, yeah, any of
Yeah.
those discourse. It just
I just
depends
like
who
the
you're doing.
January 6th was the biggest Trump thing, I think, that like we're still not done with that
No,
somehow.
no, we're still not
I don't
done
think
with
we're
that.
close to being done with it either. It'll be like 2045.
Yeah, and we
We'll be
still,
like, you know, why were these people like they didn't do anything wrong?
yeah, this is like,
So
definitely gets people angry. Definitely uh, anything politics side, both sides gets people angry.
yeah, that's like I only have two political things on here because you could literally like the top five honestly should be just all political stuff because it gets people the most angry. But
But it'd be all the
yeah,
same.
people
It's the same thing we said about the gun stuff. It's just there are 2 people yelling at each other that don't have any intention of actually reading the comment above them. You know,
yeah,
both
yeah,
sides, doesn't matter. No one's actually changing their opinion based off some argument
right.
with Twitter. Um,
Yeah.
it's getting really really heinous. Like it's just like, oh, you're a devil worshiper if you don't vote Trump, or it's like, or you are if yeah. It's just I don't like it's rough. It's
You basically get shamed into voting for like one person
oh
because
yeah
people will say like, if you vote for this person, like you want this country to burn, or
yep
like
yep.
you're a racist and you hate like I don't know.
But it's
And
or
then
it's the other way
oh,
where
but if you don't vote for them, then you're wasting your vote and you're like supporting the other candidate. So
it's really a like
it's there.
on on the internet. It's a lose lose to declare your
Hmm.
political opinion at all
Yes,
because
that's why. Like, I don't even understand people that are on political Twitter. Like, what do you gain? Like, do you just like getting mad about stuff?
yeah. Do you like
You
getting
have to,
or
right?
getting yelled at on Twitter and or yelling at people on Twitter? Like that's just what it's turned into. It's never anything that's uh formal or respectable even. It's always just
No.
what's the most heinous thing I can say about you and your political
Yeah,
opinion at the same time.
it's bad. But that's why we're on sports Twitter and
Yeah.
why we do what we do,
Yeah, exactly. Try to
because it's never that deep.
no.
And we get mad about things that don't really matter that much. And at the end of the day, it's funny.
It is. And it's also what's really becoming troubling, I think, when it comes to this election, which is it's kind of funny that we're talking about this in the pod. But
Yeah, this
the
is the first time we dabbled here, I think.
yeah, we haven't we don't we try to stay away as much as possible. And I'm still trying to, ride both lines because I don't want to make anyone angry for our silly little podcast. But I didn't even know what I was going to say. Oh yeah, the politicians themselves, they've turned into saying just they about everything. It's never about like
Right.
what like the party themselves want to do. It's always about what the other party wants to take away from
Right,
American
yeah.
citizens. Yeah. It's so much like they're running this election off fear, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Both candidates are doing it. I guess Nikki Haley too.
Yeah.
So, um,
I mean, Trump said he would end the war in Ukraine in like a week. So got that going.
I don't know why.
Do you think we'd get more views if we just started ripping off politics takes?
I don't want to rip off politics takes. No way.
No, I know. I'm not saying that we
Definitely
should. I'm just
would,
curious. Like,
especially if we
if
heavily
we
chose a
posted a
side.
TikTok,
Just like heavily chose a
yeah,
side. It's like all of a sudden we're just like a bunch of like we're just like a MAGA Republican podcast or a pure libertarian or liberal podcast. Just like yeah, we're changing gears, guys. We're going balls to the wall politics now.
these freaking liberals are
Yeah, we can do a debate show.
want to burn down everything we built.
All right. What's my next one before we get it?
Anyway,
Yeah. All right. This will ease some tensions. The guy on Twitter who makes everyone black or Chinese.
all right, wait. So what?
He gets
Can you
everyone.
explain to me the genesis of that joke? Because I don't understand. Like, where did it came from? But every time I see somebody, it's like, what if he was black or Chinese?
It was. I'm pretty sure I might be mistaken. I don't know what the Twitter account is, but it's this one Twitter account, and like every time there's a big headline with like a celebrity's face as like the picture of the headline, he just makes them black and Chinese. Like, what would they look like if they're black or Chinese? So like,
If they're black, does he make them white and Chinese too, or
I'm
is
not
it just
sure.
like
I don't know if he only does white people or not.
okay?
I haven't done too much research on this guy. I'm gonna look it up.
That's one of those memes that like I started seeing and I just never like looked into it too much.
So it's this guy named Pilgrim on Twitter. And yeah,
Okay.
so like his newest his newest one, it was white man gets his face completely tattooed black, which I'm looking at it right now. It's really creepy looking. And then he posted the picture saying this is what he would look like if he was black.
Okay.
It's
I'm
just
pulling
like
up this
random.
profile now. I have a vision for this world. This is fine.
Jeffrey Epstein, black or Chinese? Amy Schumer, he did on Valentine's Day, black or Chinese. It looks like no, here you go.
Yeah, there's
White or
Epstein.
Chinese. This YouTuber that died, he took his photo
Okay.
and made him white or Chinese. Jesus Christ, this guy has no limits. Trying to see if there's anyone else. Oh, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, black and Chinese after the Super Bowl.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, I see that one.
Walter White, black and Chinese.
Is that?
Like this
Yeah.
guy does everything.
Yeah, he goes. He's everywhere.
They did he
Putin.
retweeted the plot of Rush Hour 4 will see Bruce Lee and Carter Hunt as a takedown Twitter user who turns people into black and Chinese versions of themselves. And then he retweeted and said this is what they would look like if they swapped races. He did Putin.
All right. He did do it for a officer who was killed in the line of duty.
Oh yeah, this guy has no limits. Guy does it all.
Yeah, that's not great.
He gets people mad. That's why he made the list. And his profile picture, if you look up Pogo on Twitter, is just this cheesy trolling grin.
Yeah.
Reminds me of one of the original troll, like the troll face back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm gonna say about it. He makes people black and Chinese.
I hated Biden.
Can you send me the Biden one now? I was looking at it. All right. What's your last one? We're already at 5.
Oh yeah. All right. Damn. All right. I'm gonna have to leave something off that I really like.
Yeah, honorable mentions are gonna go crazy in this. That's some good ones.
All right. I'm gonna go with NIL / the transfer portal.
Oh yeah.
People lose their minds.
Can we add signing day in that? Can we add signing day to that?
Signing day.
Yeah. Anything related to college football, kids. Everyone gets loses their mind.
The decisions that, yeah, I could honestly just put like decisions made by college athletes on that.
Yeah, do that. That's a good one. That's the way to phrase it.
It's people get really mad. Some people take it very personally.
The flips, the decommitments, the NIL deals, it's getting hairy, and that's when it gets into regional attackment. Does that make sense?
Yep.
It gets into.
I mean, we've dealt with it.
Yeah.
Our schools.
Yeah. It gets into not just like college fan bases, but they're communities. You know, these college face all over the nation, and there's some faithful out there that get very, very hairy with each other. A lot of nasty messages, and those 24/7 message boards get hairy.
Yeah, there's some wild stuff you'll see on there. That's like one of the parts of the internet where it's like not as accessible to everybody because there's a paywall behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You see some crazy stuff. You basically you pay $100 a year to just like shit on 18-year-olds. So you know that there's gonna be wild stuff on there.
And they're all like 47-year-old dudes that are like.
That's what I'm saying. It's grown men
they haven't been to this
with jobs who give ridiculous amounts of money to these schools and then pay even more money to criticize them on message boards. These that are 17 that are committing to schools.
Freshmen.
Oh.
Like.
Sorry, Siri thought I was talking to her.
Damn it, Siri. Yeah, they're freshmen. They're 17-year-olds. They're 18-year-olds going to college. They're trying to do what's best for them and best for their family. All these 40-year-olds are yelling at them. I mean, and sometimes it gets ridiculous. Sometimes these 17-year-olds commit to 5 schools and decommit every time.
Yeah,
so I understand the anger, but boy, does it get people.
People say some things that probably be kept up in the dome.
Yeah. All right. On this, I got a question before my honorable mentions. Is this like when we talk about online, can it be like a personal online experience, like with my computer? Does that count, or is it more of like a
Sure.
general online, like everyone can see type
Um, let's just hear
deal?
it.
I'm just gonna go for it. Uh, Whenever you have to make a new account for something and you need to like transfer data and link accounts, and all of a sudden you need to sign into 5 different things because like you changed your password or something. Anything dealing with accounts and having to link them and bring them together is always such a pain in the ass for me. I don't know if that's just me and maybe I'm bad at technology.
What's like? Give me an example.
So, all right, perfect example. Today I spent probably 30 minutes. I had a old Microsoft account that is on the laptop I'm using currently, which is funny because I look like I'm just a ghost. But
You
the
do look
lap
like a floating head, right?
yeah, and hands. It's like I'm a puppet.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
the
now that I see that, I can't see anything else.
all right, I'm gonna like
Really weird.
I'm gonna roll up my sleeves. It'll be better. Still looks weird. I look like I'm in a VR set. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, um, I'm linking my computer account to a new account because the account that has that it got hacked. The account got hacked, and I need to delete the account and switch it to a new account. And I just haven't been able to do that. And like the account still works. Like I'm on my laptop. I'm able to sign in and everything. But then when I try to get into OneDrive, it's connected to like 3 different accounts that I can't get them all unconnected and then reconnected. It's just pain in the ass that I can't. It makes me terribly mad.
I see.
Yeah. So maybe it's just a personal thing. So
I will
should
say
I switch it out?
my FanDuel account kept getting locked,
Just like
and it
yeah,
was
like
like,
accounts getting
it's
locked and
such a
hacked.
pain.
So annoying. Anytime an account gets hacked, it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So I guess it'll be
Yeah.
account
I mean, that
hacking.
counts as online.
Yeah, it'll be account hacking.
Yeah,
That'd be way
it
further.
does. Yeah, it makes me mad.
Thanks, Chris.
It does.
Yeah. All right. What do you got? And that's it, right? Honorable mentions.
That's 5. Yeah.
All right. What do you got for
Uh,
honorable mentions?
I have MVP. The MVP award is
In
polarizing
every sport, especially in
with
basketball, for some reason.
Jokic and Embiid is like just a disaster all the time. And then this year, with like when there was the few weeks that Purdy was the favorite,
Mm-hmm.
just like people were getting so mad.
Yeah,
The Jokic
that's a
and
brutal
Embiid
one.
stuff, like the Sixer fans do not like it when people put Jokic ahead of Embiid, which he
No,
objectively is.
and they were getting like it was getting so bad that like Mike Malone had to comment and like their coaches had to comment. It's like, come on here, like we're not.
Yeah,
This is not necessary.
yeah, it's not. They
I
hate
hate the
Jokic.
MVP debates. They're the worst. I'm so annoying. All right. Anything else?
Oh yeah, I'll just keep going. Analytics. People try to make an argument
Every time a
about
fourth
sports
down
based on
happens.
analytics. Shut up, nerd.
Yeah.
4th down, going for it for 2.
Onside kicks.
Going for 2 when you're down 14. Onside kicks. Yeah, people don't like it. Sorry. LeBron. Almost anything that LeBron says or does,
Yeah.
I get angry.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where like I don't know how LeBron can make you angry, honestly.
He's too funny to make you
Like
angry.
he just is who he is.
Yeah, and we've known it for a
Um,
while.
yeah. And then the last one I have is telling Michigan fans that they cheated. They get really upset, even though again it was like objectively was cheating.
Yeah, like your kid
And the
got
fact that they
suspended for
won a
twice.
title, they're almost like more angry now, but they get to do victory laps on victory laps. It's like, well, doesn't change the fact that you cheated. They don't like it. Don't like it at all. You could just put college football as like one giant umbrella. Because I think it's definitely the sport where people get the most mad.
I agree. I think there's a lot of discourse. Like, there's a lot of things. I mean, the debate between the playoffs, who's getting into the playoffs, Heisman.
Oh my
There's just a
gosh.
lot
Yeah,
of
how was that left off?
yeah. Like, there's just a lot of room for debate. It seems like with college football,
Yeah, there's a lot there.
which is good. I think that's good for the sport. But it does get people very angry. All right.
It's good to a degree, also very toxic.
I had annoying Starbucks Karens. Those videos always get a lot of people angry.
Yes.
Um,
Oh yeah.
anything politics, which we already covered, and then softwares
Hmm.
on your computer. I just hate
Oh,
getting softwares on my computer. Like, get them all off.
you mean getting software?
Like, it's like, I downloaded an antivirus and it's like, oh, it wants to install like 5 other things with it. It's like, nah, get out of here. Or there's like, well, I open up my computer and there's 5 softwares running in the background where it's like, dude, just like I don't need Microsoft Teams when I first open up my computer. Like, calm down.
You have Microsoft Teams on your personal laptop?
Yeah, it comes up every time.
Oh,
I never use it. I haven't
why
used
don't
it
you
once.
take it off?
Yeah, maybe I'll just install it. I started doing that today. I just started like cleaning out my computer. So it found out a lot of things I was frustrated with, which helped for the list.
Yeah. Probably a therapeutic exercise though.
Yeah, it was. It was nice to
Like
see a
get
bunch
this
of
stuff
yeah.
away from me.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
do that on mine. Mine's a hodgepodge.
Yeah, I kept opening up and like 5 things I never used would kept popping up, so I just started deleting
Yeah. Leah Thomas got people very angry.
everything. Who's that?
Swimmer. The transgender swimmer who
Oh,
broke a lot of records.
yeah, that did get people a lot of
Very angry.
all right. College corner.
Sure.
All right. I'm in the same boat this week. We're still ranked 20. Gamecocks.
Yeah.
They're still top 20. Huge, huge loss against LSU at home. Lost by 1 point. They were up by 16 in the half. Late into the
You
half,
guys were or they were?
we were up 16. Complete collapse, and the bow to wrap it up was, we the we get up by 1. We're inbounding the ball. BJ Mack gets the ball. They go to foul him. LSU goes to foul him, and they call a goddamn jump ball, and it goes to LSU,
Yeah.
and they get a layup and they win, and we have like 4 seconds left to try to get a shot off. Can't get a shot off. Lose by 1. That was one of the most egregious botchings of a call I've ever seen. The fact that like in the game of basketball, what the team is supposed to do is foul there, and like they're purposely
Mm.
trying to foul where there's 2 guys harassing BJ Mack. How are you going to call that a jump ball?
Yeah.
Like, you knew, like, what I don't understand is like it's a purposeful foul. How do you gonna? I
Mhm.
don't understand how he called a jump ball there, but it was painful. It was a bad loss. They started to stumble. They lost against Auburn pretty badly on Valentine's Day. They need to get some offense going. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's anything that is gonna take us out of the tournament. I think we do need to worry about maybe winning out, and they could lose to Tennessee still at home with no students there for spring break.
Mhm.
But I think like all these other games, they gotta have to win these to get any sort of national respect. And
Mhm.
I think we'll still be okay for the tournament. We play a good type of basketball. The issue is we have to play a slow. We have to play our pace. You know, Auburn they shot the lights out, and we couldn't get on defense. We couldn't get anyone cooking on offense, and we started slow and ended slow. LSU, we had them. We were playing our type of game, and then we couldn't get anything going on offense, and we lost our way on defense. So if the the system's working and the players are hitting some shots, this team is still going to be good. What's worried me is Michi Johnson has been subpar lately. I don't think he got a single point against LSU. I think he got like 4 against Auburn. He's really had a slump. And I feel like he'll get out of it. He's a confident player. Hopefully he can shoot his way out of it. But honestly, recently, he just hasn't even been shooting as much as he should. So, stuff to work on. I trust Lamont, trust these guys.
Yeah.
I think they'll be better than what we've seen this week.
I hope so. I mean, it seems like it's just a
road bump.
tough little stretch.
Yeah.
But,
it's a pothole. And hey,
you can't win them. We talked about the last time, like you almost need them to lose the game at some point.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. And they got punched in the face
wanted
twice.
it to happen. Looking back.
Yeah, they got punched in the face twice. So it's all about how they bounce back from those punches. And I think we still only have like 5 losses. So let's not lose our minds here. Which Carolina faithful is.
Do they?
Oh, it's the least faithful fan base I've ever seen or been a part of. Like, people turn.
I did see you complain about the Fairweather fans.
They're so bad. It's like you lose one game and they're like, "Oh, this team's trash. You got to fire Lamont. Like, let's let him go to let's go to Ohio State." Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, you got what, 2 road games coming up?
Yeah, Mississippi State
and
A&M.
Oh,
A&M. Yeah. I think Ole Miss is after Florida. Then we have Florida next Saturday. And I'm done. That'll be the last SEC game I'll be able to see as a student.
Tough.
Yeah, end of an era.
Yeah, really is.
What about Maryland?
But yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 1 win. We beat Iowa on Wednesday in front of like 8 people.
That home crowd was
sold out.
Was pretty bad.
It was also like a Wednesday at 8:30.
On Valentine's Day. I don't know
why.
Right?
Yeah. No. Pretty brutal. I mean, if they were better, like they'd have a better crowd, but the timing doesn't help. Sold out against Illinois on Saturday. And
it's shocking that you guys, no offense, it's shocking that you guys can still sell out. We were the number 1 team, or number 11 team in the country, and we didn't sell out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they officially sold out, but there were only a few empty seats, so it might have been an official sellout. If not, it was very close. But yeah, they hit like 4 threes the whole game. They somehow scored 80 points. It was probably the most fun game to watch of the year because it was very back and forth and came down to the end. And there was a play at the end where Jameer had a fast break. They were down 1, 2, maybe. It was like a minute and a half to go, and he couldn't finish on the layup. I don't know why. Like, he should have stepped back because it was against a big man. Like, could have got him off his feet so easily instead of going up at him at the rim. But it kind of like fell apart from there, and Illinois didn't miss a free throw the whole game. They hit like 28 free throws. There was a lot of ref ball, I will say. I'm not going to blame the game on the refs, but made it very annoying to watch. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of why I sound like I do today. There was some malarkey. There was some malarkey going on. I don't think the Big Ten wanted Illinois to lose that game. I will say, as much as I'm not a conspiracy theorist, that is a little bit of merit to it. But again, not blaming the refs, just throwing it out there because it was frustrating. We're not good. We didn't deserve to win that game. And yeah, like the season's, it's been toast for a couple of weeks now, but it's like one more big win would have been fun. I guess we don't even have a big game left. So yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. I have faith going forward. They just, I don't know. They need their freshmen to develop. They need to get better recruits. Like, just need better players. I think players that fit Willard's play style more, or like like you can't play a hard nosed defensive slow paced game and then not have guys who can score the basketball. Then you just get stuck. Like at least if you played in transition, you'd get a lot of easy buckets and you play high scoring basketball. But when you play his style and you have no one that can shoot, it just looks horrible.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's similar to what I was talking about with Lamont. You need those type of guys that when you're playing defensive basketball, you need the guys that can step up on offense when the easy buckets aren't there.
Mm-hmm.
What was up? I saw on Twitter, you guys were down 3 and you didn't foul or something. Kevin Willard told him not to foul. I don't remember what game this was. Is this ringing any bells?
Yeah, that was weird. I forget what the exact situation was, but it definitely should have been fouling.
Yeah,
And they
and I
just let a
thought
lot of time run off the clock.
I'm pretty sure the reason why I saw the tweet was because Willard was like telling him off the sidelines, like "Don't foul, don't foul,"
Mm-hmm.
which is weird.
Yeah, I didn't read anything after the game, so I'd have to go back and look at it. But
That was a thrown
yeah,
around.
that does ring a bell.
Have you seen this phrase online recently? The coaching malpractice. That's what was thrown out there.
Yeah.
Coaching malpractice. All right. Well, that is sad. It was a somber week for our basketball teams, but I guess you guys got
Definitely a somber week. So.
The women's teams, they had a little scare against Georgia. They were down at half, came back and won.
Oh,
Easy peasy. They're a force. They're an absolute force. Talk about playing their type of basketball. It's like they know exactly where their spots are, and they just execute the plays. It's the best. Dawn's coming to all the men's games now, which is pretty sweet.
is she?
Yeah,
That's cool.
she was wearing a sweatshirt that said WWDD. What would Dawn do? That was pretty sweet. I'm not gonna
That's
lie. All right, that's all I got. Baseball. Oh, baseball. We got our first series sweep.
Started. I think we won our series.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think we played. I mean, we didn't play.
I don't think we're gonna get this year. We have a new coach.
We played Miami over Ohio, so I think we had a no-hitter on the last game.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. I'm excited. I'm gonna go to a couple games more. I say this, I feel like every year, but I do like their arena.
Yeah, I always say that.
I like their arena a lot, and if we can get some good weather games, I'd sit out there for.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think that does it. We ended up having an hour pod. I didn't think we were gonna reach it.
I don't know how we did that, but
well,
top fives.
They're the best.
Need them.
They are the best. Yeah. So before I go, that's a great reminder. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Those even if it's you don't like and subscribe on YouTube, you were listening to it on your headphones. Go follow the Instagram and Twitter. That's really where we get our information out there. And we'll comment on this post. What more top fives you want? And we'll have some polls out there for you guys to get some top 5 ideas from the fans. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see everyone. There will be a one this week again, so don't worry. We'll see you guys later this week.